Have you ever imagined a seven-time world champion running with a tank practically empty and still overtaking half the grid in the rain? That's exactly what happened to Lewis Hamilton at the 2025 Belgian Grand Prix. After disastrous qualifying, starting in 17th, Ferrari went all in. They changed the car's setup, fitted a rear wing with more downforce, and even installed a new power unit. The result? A car that was more planted, but burned more fuel, and that's when the real drama began. In the middle of the race, engineer Ricardo Adam asked Hamilton to lift and slow. The reason? They were short on fuel. Yes, you heard that right. The most successful driver in history couldn't attack Albon for 6th place because the car was right on the reserve limit. In this video, we're going to show everything. The radios, Ferrari's choices, Hamilton's reaction, what Fred Vasseur tried to hide, and why this is much more serious than it looks. Because when a driver of Hamilton's level says on the radio, "I can't attack, man. I don't have fuel," there's something wrong in the system. Everything started off on the wrong foot for Hamilton on Friday. In qualifying, he even set a good time, but his lap was deleted for exceeding track limits. Result? He ended up 16th on the grid. And with rain forecast for Sunday, Ferrari risked everything. They broke parc ferme and changed the setup, put on a rear wing with more downforce to guarantee grip in the wet, and along with that, installed a new hybrid power unit. It was all or nothing. Either it worked and he climbed, or everything went wrong. On paper, it seemed like a good idea. The car was more stable, more planted on track. And right at the start, behind the safety car, you could already see the plan was aggressive. When the SC came in, Hamilton began rowing from the back, passing everyone with confidence. In no time, he was already in the top 10. On lap 12, he was the first to risk switching to slicks. The track was still slippery, but the bet paid off. He gained time in the pits, and soon he was 7th. But when everything seemed to be clicking, the radio lit up. And that's where the real problem appeared. In the middle of the race, with the track already dry and the position stabilizing, Hamilton began closing dangerously on Alex Albon's Williams. It was only a matter of time before an overtake attempt for 6th, but before he could even set it up came an unexpected order on the radio. Lift and slow. Ricardo Adam, Ferrari's race engineer, was direct and tense. Hamilton found it odd, but answered calmly, only for the instruction to be repeated more than once. Then he dropped the line that became the paddock headline. "I can't attack, man. I don't have fuel. Can I keep pushing or not?" The silence was uncomfortable. After a few seconds, Adame simply said, "Wait, and soon after we'll stay where we are." Yes, Hamilton was forced to stop attacking because of the Ferrari SF25's excessive consumption with the new high downforce wing. A bet that worked at the start turned into a fuel management nightmare. Even 7/10 behind Albon, he couldn't even try to apply pressure, and for a driver like him, that's frustrating. From then on, the race became a fight just to reach the finish line without stopping with the car on the side of the track. Meanwhile, everyone outside wanted to know, was it the setup or the strategy? The order to lift and slow didn't come from nowhere. Ferrari knew that choosing a higher downforce wing would have consequences, especially for fuel consumption. More downforce means more drag. More drag needs more engine. Result, the car drinks more. Team boss Fred Vasseur tried to throw reporters off, gave a vague answer, and said they were smart enough to understand the reason. But Hamilton was blunt on Sky Sports. "We didn't have enough fuel for the wing we were using." Simple as that. The team gambled on a configuration that would help in the wet, but didn't fuel enough to sustain the pace to the end, and the consequence was brutal. They stopped a 7-time champion from trying to overtake a Williams in the closing laps. And if that alone were the only issue, it would already be serious. But the most critical detail is that this wasn't the first time in 2025 Ferrari made a strategy error due to a technical detail. With mistakes like this, internal confidence starts to shake. Hamilton, who is helping reshape the team's structure, has made it clear behind the scenes, errors like these can't repeat. And here comes an even more important factor, the emotional toll. Racing in the wet, starting from the back, changing the car's setup, swapping the engine, doing an undercut with slicks, and still having to save fuel at the end. All that demands more than talent. It demands a cool head. And that's where Lewis Hamilton once again showed why he's one of the greatest in history. Even frustrated by the limitation imposed by the team, he kept his composure, respected the orders, and crossed the line 7th. But his voice on the radio said a lot.
This fast 15, 19, 16, 5, 15, 19, 5, 10, 5, 24 and 7, 50, 15, 5 and 5, 5, 19, 16, 65, 15, 16, 14, 55, 15, 7, 50, 15, 14, and 15, 19, 50, 15, 24 and 7, 50, 19, 60, 16, 14, 55, 15, 7, 55, 15, 7, 50, 15, 4, 16, 14, 7, 15, 14, 14, 16, 14, 14, 55, 15, 15, 7, 55, 15, 14, 15, 14, 45, 15, 14, 15, 14, 14.
Hamilton also thanked Ferrari, said he knows the car much better now and believes in the changes made, but made it clear they have to come back stronger because he's not there to just finish races. He's there to win. And if the team wants to fight for something big, they'll have to match the level of demand from their number one driver. Even without being able to attack at the end, what Hamilton did at Spa was worthy of respect. Start P17, overtake in the wet, nail the tire switch before everyone else, and finish P7 glued to P6. That would already be a good story. But when you find out he did all that on rationed fuel, it becomes a genuine masterclass in racecraft. Ferrari miscalculated. Simple as that. They bet right on the configuration for a wet track, but forgot to adjust the rest. And that limited a driver who had strong pace and could have gone further.